There we are then. Hello and welcome back to the Ash Robson YouTube channel. And WRC 2023 season is just about to begin. We're kicking off this year as we do every year with the WRC at Rally Monte Carlo. And I can't wait to watch what's going to be, I think, a absolutely cracking season. And in order to sort of celebrate that, to pay homage to the real life nutters driving around the place, I thought it would be a pretty good idea to actually see what Monte Carlo is like in rally games. Despite showing a thumbnail of Assetto Corsa, I'm going to be doing WRC, Richard Burns Rally and Dirt Rally. I have downloaded a Monte Carlo stage, but I haven't actually given it a run through, so I might give that one a miss. But I want to see how 3 different iterations of rally, sim rally genre gaming reflects what is arguably the most famous rally event in the world, aside from, Paris-Dakar or something. So why don't we hop to it, shall we? Here we are then. So on the WRC screen, and we're going to give it... should we do an 8-minute run? I think an 8-minute run would be pretty good. Now, traditionally, the Monte Carlo Rally has always been, or many years gone by, quite a snowy affair, very icy on the ground. The problem with that, though, which is the first problem you're going to find in WRC Generations, is the rain and snow effects in the game are bloody awful. So what we're going to do, this is the newest game, so therefore we're going to do it what we exactly think the weather is going to be like for Rally Monte Carlo. And I think it's going to be a very dry tarmac sort of event. So let's choose realistic, dynamic weather, and which car should we go for? Now, I'm not going to pick the Rally 1 cars, and the only reason for that is because not every game has Rally 1 cars. I want to see how the car sort of feels on a different interpretation of the same sort of stages. So let's go Rally 2. Usually the Skoda Fabia is my go-to, but the second problem with WRC Generations, the audio, makes it deafening, intolerable, hateful. I mean, there's so many different words you can use to describe how bad the sound of this car is. They said they try to fix it. They did a bad job. So we'll go to should we do the Citroen? The Citroen is a bit unloved Rally 2 or R5 car as it was back in the day. So we'll actually, is it in? No, it's not in Dirt Rally. Fiesta R2 then. Just remind myself. And we're going to Jari Huttunen. Didn't Jari drive one of the... Or was that Sunanen who drove one of the Pumas last year? Oh, I can't quite recall. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all excited for the Monte Carlo event this weekend as I am. Rally Monte Carlo, bit of snow. Say what you want about the audio of this game and a little bit of the force feedback, but sometimes it does look quite good. That's a C3 that we've chosen to ignore. And here is the infamous Ford Fiesta. I don't have a setup. I think we should just, pretty much jump into it, shall we? Am I close enough? There you are, that'll do.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're off. 50, flat left, 30.
Now, one of the biggest drawbacks to this game...
And left 4 tightens, don't cut. Into right 2, short.
Compared to other
Into left 3.
sim rally titles, for me anyway, is the force
Right,
feedback.
30. Left 3 opens over bridge and left 5, 30.
I mean, arguably you could say the force feedback is more realistic of what you'll feel in the car, as in you'll feel the bumps that are, significant bumps, but you don't feel any road texture. Now, speaking to guys on various forums and Discords and Reddits, etc., the guys who are getting the most realistic experience out of this, those with direct drive wheels, also use a butt kicker or transducers or whatever like that, and they use that to replicate the sort of road textures in this game.
left 2 short and right 4, into left 5, short 80.
Which is arguably more realistic, because you feel the road textures in your backside, rather than through the steering wheel all the
Caution,
time,
crest
but
into right 3, 20, acute hairpin left 30.
it can mean that the
Left 3, keep into acute hairpin right.
it can mean
cut,
it feels a
30.
bit numb. I mean, as soon as you go off the side of the stage, the side of the tarmac,
Right 5,
you do get that bumping issue, but it's only when you go off,
acute hairpin left, into acute hairpin right,
not
30.
throughout. So the steering is, I mean,
Acute hairpin left 30.
oh, too much. The steering is, I mean, it's not very informative. Not from an entertainment standpoint. It tells you what the car's kind of doing. You know, if you break traction, you lose a bit of the force feedback.
Hairpin left 50.
But not much more besides. But anyway, we're not here to denounce the game too much.
Hairpin right 50.
One thing that WRC, Killerton's variation of it, does really well
Left 50.
are the stages. Now,
Hairpin
the stages
right,
in this game are
120.
fantastic. However, Monte Carlo
Keep
has
into flat left 80.
isn't the best one.
Right 5 short over crest.
I mean, it
keep
definitely
into left
feels
3
like
short,
Monte
20.
Carlo.
Hairpin left 50.
I mean, there's nothing quite like it on the calendar, a tarmac ice sort of
Right 6 into
rally.
left 5,
So
keep in,
from
100
purely
over crest.
aesthetics and these sort of conditions, it
Left
feels like
junction into right 6
what I
narrows,
imagine
into
Monte
caution,
Carlo
flat left 80 over snow.
to be. But this section here,
Caution, right 4 tightens 2, brake.
aside from when I lose traction a bit easier through the force
Hairpin
feedback,
left and flat left hard brake.
I can't tell that I hit snow.
For
You know,
hairpin right
in the
50.
last WRC game, you can tell straight away because these stages are repeated from the last iteration of the game. When you hit into it, you go, "Oh, I'm on snow now. I can feel it
Right
through the
4
wheel,"
tightens,
but
50.
not this time around.
Left 4 short into right 4 short.
Hardly feel anything.
Right 5 keep in and left 6
Apart
long,
from it's harder
keep
to
in.
get the throttle down.
Into right 3 keep into right 4.
Locking up there.
Hard brake
Force
to hairpin
feedback
left
went
and
light
hairpin
to
right,
show that
30.
I had no traction. But yeah, talking about the stages,
Left 4 short 20.
I don't know
4
what it
short,
is, maybe
20,
because I've
brake to
seen
hairpin left 50.
Monte Carlo too much in other sims, but
Flat
despite
right,
how good
brake
it
into
looks,
left 3, short
and it
over
does,
tarmac, 50.
it's
Caution,
just,
junction right into left 5 widens and
it's a
left 5
slight
tightens,
letdown compared to, you know, the Swedish stages or
and right 5
the other
tightens
stages that
into
you
left
find.
5
It might be
tightens,
because these stages are one of the original
right
ones
5 tightens,
that carry through
last kinks,
the
bumpy,
WRC
150.
series.
Hard brake to
Also, the
hairpin right
trepidation
at
with
junction,
Monte
40.
Carlo is when you go on ice and snow and you feel that straight away, and there's a moment of
Right 6,
dread
80.
as you go
Left
into,
4 short 50. Right 4 don't cut.
you know, go into a corner where you got the snow in front of the braking zone or during your braking
Left
zone.
5 short.
I don't really get that same dread here,
Into right 4 short, keep into left 3 tightens and right 5.
which is a
To
shame
left 5, into right 4
because
tightens, don't cut.
it
30.
should
Left 4,
have
short
been
50.
fantastic.
Caution, hairpin right 50. Right 6 tightens, narrows.
But it's just not as good as I would hope.
Right 4 short into left 5 short.
I mean, there are other titles we're going to look at in this stream and see what they do right.
Into left 6, 30. Caution, hard brake for hairpin left. Over snow, 200.
I mean, there's nothing
Flat
quite
left
like
into flat right,
Rally Monte
300.
Carlo, is there?
Danger, square right,
Really
near the
isn't.
bridge, very narrow. And square right widens, don't cut, 150. Over tarmac.
See, I felt that jump there. You go over the jump and then you're on tarmac, but
Flat left.
it's only because you're
right,
joining it
flat left,
side on, and
150.
the grip kicks up.
Fast kinks.
But if you're going straight,
And right 4. Into left 6 short.
there's just not enough variation
And left 6 tight.
between the
4
different
short.
road surfaces.
50. Flat right into tunnel 30. Caution,
Especially
right
since the
5,
last
keep
game
in,
did it
brake
so
into
well.
Left 3 short 30. Left 4 short into
Now we're
right
going
4
down
short,
into the lower
30.
areas here, and
Left 5 long tight.
I mean the scenery around you, just look at it. It's not bad at all.
Into right 5 short, brake. For junction left, into right 4, narrows. And right 4 tightens, into left 4 short, 50 over crest.
I'm 3 seconds down on my previous time, but
Left 6
I
short.
probably wasn't
into
on
right 3
stream
short,
chatting
20.
away.
Right 4. Into left 2 tightens, into right 3 short. Into left 2 short. Into right 4, keep into left 2 short.
I mean, it
narrows,
is
20.
good that you can do the epic stages on this, where you join up all the stages and you get a proper length. Like I've done, what, 7 minutes so far? Hold it. I've done 7 minutes of rallying so far.
And right 3 tightens, 50.
And I'm only
Caution, bump into right 4 short, 50.
not even a
right
third of the
5,
way
keep in.
through.
And left 4 tightens, into right 4. And caution, hairpin left.
Maybe I should have
30.
chosen a shorter stage for the showcase, but
Flat left
you want to
over
see all that
crest, into
WRC
right
has to
3,
offer,
tightens.
don't you?
And left 3 short, 50. Flat left, into right 3, short, narrows, into left 4. And right 3 short.
I don't know about
into
you,
left
for those
3,
that are watching, but
And right 2 short. 50.
is it just me or the Rally 2 cars more
Left
fun
4
to
short
drive
And left 3 short, 80.
than the Rally 1 cars?
Left 4 tightens. Into bump. Into
Maybe
right
it's because
5,
they're slightly easier
left
to
4
manage,
short, and left 3 into right 4,
more consistent
80.
power, less power as well.
Left 5 short, 80.
But there's something about trying to maintain that
Caution,
speed in a
right,
controllable manner.
120. Flat
I
right,
always found with the
100.
Rally 1 cars that
Left 3
they can end up being uncontrollable at times. Not uncontrollable, sorry, that's
And right 4 medium,
can be too much to
tightens,
handle.
30.
particularly if you just want a
Right 3
relaxed
short,
affair.
brake at junction into left 2, small cut, 80.
I always quote Alan from Team Triple B when he talks about rallying being a journey, and you definitely feel that in this stage of all. Starting at the top, going down to the lowlands by the river, and then back up again through the snowy mountains. The rocks at the side of the road looking menacing? That word. Looking mean and angry. That'd be easier. That's what you get for trying to speak a little bit posher. I mean, as I mentioned before, I don't have that sense of dread like I experience with possibly other games. And you get weird graphical pop in this game as well. Snow just disappears off the side of a rock as close as you get. Like up at the front there. Like there. Is it just dip down? Which does break the immersion somewhat. I want to imagine that Sebastian Loeb or Elfyn Evans, Oit Tanak trying to dominate the Monte Carlo rally, and it does take me away on occasion to go, yes, this is a game that needs some refinement.
And left 4 short into right 4 into hard brake, square left over bridge 30. Caution, hard brake, square left narrows 150. Right 6 short 50 over crest.
I mean, it's not bad in any way, shape or form. I didn't choose to drive WRC Generations just to give it a kicking, because it does some things really, really well. And I think it has to some people,
Hard
reignited
brake for hairpin left into flat right.
their enjoyment for it.
And left
Because
four
it looks
short,
good.
narrows. And left
The
four
sound's
into
there,
right
thereabouts.
five,
It's not
narrows,
great,
30,
but...
and hairpin right 80.
But it looks good. The cars are
Caution,
relatively
flat right,
manageable
bumpy,
to
into left
drive.
6, tightens, into right 3, opens, into left 5, tightens,
I mean, I can see lots of more
into right 3, 20,
arcade-orientated
Left four,
gamers
medium.
getting into it and really enjoying themselves with this game.
and right 5, bumpy, into left 4, short, 30, right 4, tightens,
I mean, the career
into square
modes.
left over bridge, and square left, 30,
I mean, if you want to spend your time managing all the elements, it's
kinks,
pretty
into
good.
right
It's
5,
more
brake, tightens 2, short,
more informed than
into
any
left
other
2, opens,
career mode.
and right 5, tightens 2, 30, left 3, tightens, into flat right, and left 5, and
So it
left
has
3,
got some
short,
strong
into
points
right
going
4,
for it.
short. Brake for hairpin left and right 4 short over crest, 30,
But I think it has... Oh! It hasn't helped itself at times with the clutch issue
left 3 short, keep in,
or
and
their
right 4 tightens,
de facto launch control, which was
to
prevalent
left 4, medium,
at all
30,
times. The handbrake, which
square
people
right
found
over brake
weird.
and right 2, 40,
I mean,
left 5, bumpy, 30,
what I tend to do is just sort of a couple of
right
few
5,
tugs
into
at
left
it, which
3, into right 4, 30,
lots of people say, oh, that's not how you're supposed to use a handbrake, but
right 4,
watch Thierry
keep in,
Neuville.
and left 4, 30,
see how he uses the handbrake
hairpin right, into
compared
flat
to
right,
Oyt Tanak or the other drivers.
and right 2 short,
He doesn't
into
do
left
one
2
big
short,
whack
opens,
like a
into left 4
drifter
short,
would.
into right 4, 80,
He has little digs at it, and if you use it in that
left,
way, it
road
works.
80, kinks,
It may not be
hard
the
brake,
proper
hairpin
way
right,
or the
don't
traditional
cut,
way,
into left
but
3 narrows over bridge, 30,
you know, drivers have their own
left 3 short,
style,
30,
and you learn from the
flat left,
fastest
30,
drivers. I mean, look at
right 4 short, into left 3,
MotoGP
don't
or
cut,
superbikes.
opens, keep in,
10 years
flat
ago,
right, 80,
one guy started to hang his leg out as an air
right
brake
3, into flat left, 50,
to try and slow down a bit
right
quicker.
6 short, into
Everyone
flat
thought
left,
it was mad. But now it's
danger, junction left,
it's
into
how you
right
ride
5
the bike.
narrows
If
over
you don't
bump, 30,
cock your leg,
brake for hairpin left,
you're losing
30,
time, and maybe Thierry's onto something. I mean,
left 4 short,
he hasn't
over
won the
crest,
WRC yet.
and right 4 narrows and right 4 short, 30. Caution, hairpin right,
So this is
80.
very different, this bit, because the snow has cleared away. It's very much an autumn feel.
Caution, brake left
with the
2,
occasional
short,
patches.
into right 4 medium,
The rock face still looks the same, but it has a very different feel. This is a very different segment
right
to the
2,
Monte
keep in,
Carlo, and
don't cut, into left
the
3
whole
short,
point of the Monte
50,
Carlo and why racing rally drivers
left 3 short narrows and
find
left
it
4
so
narrows,
difficult is because of the changing conditions that
into
you
right 4
experience there.
tightens, 3
You can
short,
go
to left
from
4 and
the
right
ice
4
and snow
short,
at the top
20,
of the mountain
right 4
to the
short,
snow
brake
runoff
for
and some
hairpin
water
left,
running through, all the way down to this sort of autumn dry tarmac scene.
seems a bit optimistic.
It was
Keep
Neville.
middle for kinks, into left 5 short, 30, left 5 medium
So,
tightens, into right
does
5 brake,
WRC Generation cover
junction,
all
right
the
3,
bases of
into
what
left
you
5,
see
100,
in Monte Carlo?
right 5 short, into left 6,
Yeah,
tightens,
kind of. I don't think it
to kinks,
I don't
50,
think it does it best, however,
crest, into left 5 tightens, into right 4 short, into left 5,
because the difference between snow and tarmac are just not as pronounced. The trepidation just isn't there. I mean, it looks good, it runs pretty well, but the trepidation of Monte Carlo and the risk of, oh, I want to slide off at 12 miles an hour because the ice has caught me out, you don't have that in this game. And it's probably more realistic to what we're going to see this weekend at Rally Monte Carlo, but I don't know, man. It's just, it's not as good as I would hope for it to be. You know what I mean? There could be some stuff to improve, to enhance it. But they just haven't done it yet, which is a shame. Okay, let's move on then. I'm gonna jump out of this game, and we're gonna try out another one. Now, we started with the newest game, so we should start out with the next one. Just gonna put you on full screen while I deal with bits and bobs. So we started with the newest game title, and the next one we're going to try is we're going to try Dirt Rally. Now, bear with me one moment, just got to tweak some bits and bobs. Now, Dirt Rally 2, as we all know, is Dirt Rally, the genre, what the title, the first one that came out, was very much a surprise. You're right, Flight. Less wet pants in duty. Yeah, I don't know. It's not as good as I would hope for them to be. But anyway, we're going to move on now to Dirt Rally 2.0. Hearing that familiar sound. See if it comes on. There we are. Right, let's see. But Dirt Rally started as a bit of a passion project. Codemasters didn't have a lot on at the time, from what I understand it. And what they sometimes do, these developers, is they give their technicians, the game designers, sort of a bit of free reign to go, right, we've got a few months, we've got a couple of years until we've got a few months till the next project. You guys work on something in your own time. We'll still pay you, etc., etc. If you don't want to lose staff, because we want you guys for other projects later on. But if you want to work on something which is of interest, then yeah, crack on. And a team did. This little team got together, and they started to make the first Dirt Rally as a test project to see what could be achievable. Now, the reason why you do that is because it helps motivate the staff, because you've got, at the end of the day, game developers are content creators, they're artists, they're designers, they want to make stuff. They want to develop something new, exciting, and enjoyable, so they can play themselves, but also that other people can play along. So they started Dirt Rally, realized there was something in it, took it to the devs, and they were like, yeah, crack on, make the game. So that's how Dirt Rally came about. A passion project, which some say went too far. That's the RBR crowd saying that. Lots of poke bears at the RBR crowd. We did the Ford Fiesta. It was the next one, wasn't it? The Mark II. Let's give that one a go. That's how the start of this game sort of came about. And it did some things really bloody well. Well, first of all, it looked good. At the time, was it 4 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, that really came out? It had very much its own feel, its own sort of take of what a sim rally title should be. And it's around that time where lots of earthy colours was around, so it was very grey, it was a bit dim, but it had the feel of, no, this is a proper sim title. Now, whether you class as a sim is dependent on your perceptions and your own definitions, or whether you class as a simcade or an arcade game or what have you. I think most people will say that this is probably one of the closest representations of sim rally you're going to see, or have seen, particularly from AAA sort of title from a big developer. So it's what we got at the end of the day, and it does it really bloody well. The sounds were epic. The cars on gravel and on loose surfaces felt really bloody good. Less so on tarmac. So this is going to be an interesting one. Monte Carlo, Route Turini. Turini is one of the most famous stages at Rally Monte Carlo, which I think is on Saturday this year. So make sure to check that out. Because it's going to be really bloody good. I lost my train of thought. So yeah, so Dirt Rally does gravel, dirt, loose surfaces really well. It doesn't necessarily do tarmac that well. So what you've got is you've got this dichotomy of we're really good at this stuff, we're very not good at this stuff, or perceived to be. Let's smash it together at the Monte Carlo Rally. Let me just change the... no, not that. Discard. Just going to put the camera just a little... I'll move the seat back again. J. Okay, gonna move the seat back. There you are. So let's see how a game that does gravel really well, but tarmac not so well, smash together ice and tarmac.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 30. 3 left long, tightens into 3 right long.
Oh, it's been a while since I've driven this. I've got my force feedback way too high.
50. 4 right long, opens over crest. 100.
It is
right
a
rear puncher. 4.
Whoops. Let's start that again. Right, I need to change the force feedback because that's what it is. It's gone to the wrong profile. So for those wondering, I'm using a Simagic Alpha Mini, and sometimes it has a bug in it whereby it goes to the Simagic default force feedback. So it felt like I was churning through butter. Right, let's try it again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 30. 3 left long, tightens into 3 right long, opens 80. 4 left long, tightens.
Yeah, it just feels...
50. 4 right long, opens over crest.
It feels so different to WRC Generations.
4 right
Like it's
long,
more
opens
animalistic,
over crest,
more
80. Unseen, 2 left
screamy and
tightens.
shouty.
Opens long.
So like Generations, you've got trees off in the distance, you're driving up a mountain, you've got the rock faces to your left,
Into 3 right long.
animals around you.
Left over 50, 4 right long, tightens 3.
It doesn't...
Into 4 left long.
Now obviously it's all about perception, but the distance, in the distance you see those trees are just sort of copied and pasted, as it were.
3 right long.
Same with the rock faces. At times you can tell that, oh yeah, they've used the same feature, which, you know, you're not, if you're spending your time looking at a rock feature, you're looking at the wrong thing.
Opens 30, unseen hairpin right. Opens 6 long. 30, 4 left tightens, 30. 4 right tightens, into 3 left long.
Definitely still holds
into
up
3
today.
right.
The anomalies are the cars on the side. Like, I get why you would have them, but
Into 1 right
you
long.
know they're not real
Opens
cars, or they're
into 3
based so
left,
poorly on
extra
real
long,
cars that it kind of,
60.
to me anyway, it ruins the atmospherics.
4 right long, opens
Either
over
get
crest,
models of
30.
the rally cars, like if you had just like Ford Fiestas,
Right.
just the
Into
normal
3
one, or
left,
the WR,
extra
or the
long, tightens 2 wrong.
VW Polos on the side, or even some like
Into
the
4 right
surface
long,
part
30,
bands or
4
something.
left,
Makes it seem more realistic.
into 4 right long.
But we start
Keep
at the
left
bottom of the
over
hill,
50,
so it's nice and
caution, 6 right.
nice and low. We're driving
Left,
uphill.
Extra long.
The snow is starting to build up along the side, and you
Slow,
start
keep right over 60, unseen,
feel
open
snow
heavy left.
patches here and there.
Keep middle over 80.
Oh.
6 left long. Opens over crest.
And that's
Keep left
one
over
thing
150,
Dirt Rally does
unseen,
really
open heavy
well.
right.
When you hit the ice and you're braking on the ice, You know you're braking
Into
on the
6
ice.
left long. 50.
I'm sort of getting some
6 right
frame
of a
rate
crest,
issues at the
jump.
moment.
50. 3 right.
I'm also
tightens.
recording this.
3 left. Keep right
probably
over
why it's not
50,
helping.
Over crest. 6 left. Into 4 right.
But you hit the snow, you feel it. The car starts to
And 3
move
right.
around underneath you,
And 2 left
or
long.
it starts to catch the grip after it goes across the ice and shoot
150.
you in a direction you
4
weren't
right long,
expecting.
Tightens 3.
Snow drops down from trees there. But it's a wholly different challenge to WRC Generations. It really is.
Into 4 right. 30. 3 left long. 30. 2 right.
Like,
long
it's not a
tightens.
pleasant...
Into 3
I mean,
left
it's
long,
fun, but
Opens over crest.
it's not... Ooh.
120. Keep left over 30. 6 right over crest.
It's definitely not the most relaxing of experiences.
80.
Auto-correcting the wheel the whole time, left, right, to try and
Open hairpin left.
keep the car pointing the way I want it to.
Opens 50. 4 right long. Opens. Keep left over 100. Caution. 4 left. Tightens over crest.
Each patch of snow you can feel each time. It's not a generic blanket like you get in WRC Generations.
Right.
Each little patch of snow you can feel.
30. 5 right.
And this is
into 4
why
left long.
Rally Monte Carlo is so
Into 4
tricky
right
for the
long.
drivers there, because
Opens.
there's a
Keep
lack
right
of
over crest.
consistency. It
30.
separates
3 left long.
the very best from
Keep
the
right
rest. I
over
mean,
100.
Loeb and
6 right
Ogier have
over
won this
crest, 30.
event multiple
Caution.
times,
2 left long.
and they were the best of the very best.
Into 3 right over crest.
I mean, Ogier comes
Into
back from
left.
semi-retirement each year to do
Into
the
4
Monte.
right, extra long. 50. Unseen.
'Cause it is
open
just-
hairpin left.
It's like Formula
Opens
One's
50. 5 left. Extra long.
Monaco
Into 4
Grand
right over
Prix.
crest,
It's like
tightens.
Le Mans in endurance racing. It's like the Dakar for Rally Raid, Indy 500.
Into 5 left.
You know, it's one of those,
And 4 right.
one of the elite motorsport
Into 5
events,
left.
because it's so difficult.
Into 2 right
And it's a
long.
real shame that
Opens
each year,
30.
depending on your view on global
3 left long.
warming,
30.
you get less of these conditions than you
Right
usually do.
long, Opens over crest.
Where you get the majority of the stage on pure tarmac and you get one ice bit, so
50.
the cars crawl across the ice while they're on there.
3 left long.
Pretty
Slow
much slick
50,
tyres.
Unseen. Open hairpin right.
Because they're going to lose too much time with the studs
Snow starts
on
now.
tarmac.
Keep left over 50.
He says the
4
snow
right,
starts
extra
down.
long,
Whoop.
tightens. Keep left over 30. 5 right over crest. Opens
Whoop.
50. 2 left long. Opens 6.
Now, this is what I mean. It's a
Extra long
challenge
over
to
crest.
get the car up the
30.
stage, and that's
4 right.
exactly what the Monte
Into 6
Carlo
left,
would be.
30. Caution, 4 right.
It shouldn't
4
be
left,
easy.
Extra long.
This isn't like one of those
Tightens
hill
over crest,
climbs in
slow
Spain
20, unseen,
where you know the
open
width of the
hairpin
road the
left.
whole time on tarmac. It is. Oh,
50.
see, let's go slowly. I still managed to
4 right over crest. Extra long.
lock up and try my best to power out of it.
Into 5 left over crest. Slow 80. Unseen. Open hairpin right.
The stage is not as long as it is in a WRC Generations,
50.
but
Keep middle of a crest. Into 6 left. Extra long.
there's
tightens
infinitely
4,
less corners, but it's
into caution,
infinitely more of a
4 right,
challenge, and
4
the more
left
casual
long,
gamers that will
50.
put you off.
6 right. Extra long. Slow 30.
People complain that
unseen,
sim racing
hairpin left.
titles, sim rally titles can be too hard
Hill. 60.
at times.
6 left over crest long.
But that's the whole
Into
point
slow,
of this
6
game.
right
That's the whole
long over
point of this
crest,
challenge, is to
Open hairpin right.
make it up the hill.
50.
You know,
5 left long.
and how the
30,
esports guys do this so well.
5 right.
It's not
Into
like in
6
other
left,
countries
30,
where you memorize the corners. You know it's going to be
4
gravel,
right long, opens
or gravel which is
30,
wet.
6
Here you
right,
got to know
30,
each
4
individual
left tightens,
snow patch before each corner, which will affect your braking zone, because Codemasters, lovingly, for our benefit that is, decides to put all the snow and ice patches exactly where you would normally want to brake. So you need to brake early, get the speed down, take your foot off the accelerator as you go across the ice, and then reapply the brake again. You're modulating it based on the road conditions, which separates rally drivers to the single-seater compatriots in Formula 1 or other forms of motorsport.
Turn 4 left to stop.
And there we have it. Monte Carlo done properly from a user experience standpoint. Worked really bloody well, and I'm miles off my time. But yeah, that was all right. I enjoyed that one. So that was Rally Monte Carlo, one stage of it in Dirt Rally. Let me know your thoughts on what you think is the which one you prefer so far for playing, as I escape from Dirt Rally and we go to another title. So far we've been going down in age throughout the time I've been on this stream. Started with a brand new title, WRC Generations, gone to Dirt Rally 2, and now we're going to go to the old boy, the one that's just about to turn 18 years of age, if I can find the wheel settings for it. There we are. Happy Days should be coming online any moment now. Touch wood. Slowly but surely it's coming online. There we are. Happy Days. Cool. Not hearing any sound from it. There you are. Coming through now. So here we are in Richard Burns Rally, the RSF Hungarian mod. We go to Monaco. So these in yellow, for those that are not aware, are they're the Bob's Track Builder. So Bob's Track Builder is you can download it on Steam. I think it's like 30 quid, and you can make stages. And if they're good enough, then they get added to the game. There are some downsides to them. It's very finicky. The program tends to crash. I think Bob's Track Builder has moved on to another title for a set of course and other bits and bobs. But you can still buy it. Make your own rally stages if you so wish. We're going to give... Let's give Lucerum a go. And let's go to... Do I have the Mark II? I don't think I do. Okay, let's go for this one. I must say, jumping from one game to another game highlights the differences so much between the genres. Also makes it really difficult to sort of get your eye in. I didn't really do any practice, if I'm perfectly honest, before this stream. I just thought the other day, wouldn't it be a good idea to celebrate Rally Monte Carlo 2023 by seeing which game does it best? Slow load times on occasion. Here we are.
3, 2, 1, go.
I think I'm a bit too close. Let's move back a little bit. Just the angle somewhat. Yeah, I think that's about right. Let's restart. For an 18-year-old title, the newer stages that are coming out are brilliant. This stage, I believe, is quite an old one. Definitely a few years since it's had some major work done to it. But Richard Burns Rally, the Hungarian mod, still holds up really bloody well. I have not tried the RBR Pro version, which I think is a paid iteration of Richard Burns Rally. I don't think it's much, but it's a different spin on modders' side of it, went a different path. And the reason why most people play the Hungarian version is A, it's free, the multiplayer is really good, you create your own leagues and stuff. There's a constant team behind it. Worker B, who did the NGB sort of physics and various different plugins, still works on Richard Burns Rally. And it's free because the Hungarians say you can't make not allowed to make any money from it. Epic. I mean, everyone should probably give them a few bucks to say thank you very much, because they've done epic work with this game. Right, let's try it out.
3, 2, 1, go. Flat left, long 100. 4 right, long 80. Care, 2 right, tightens 80. 6 left.
So like previously, we're starting at the bottom of the mountain.
5 right, maybe.
Winding
Caution,
our way up.
5 left, hairpin right, tightens 100. 6 left, long 80.
And the first big change is the force feedback.
2
So
left, tightens
in the previous
70.
update, they did some changes to
Hairpin left, tightens 60.
the force feedback, whereas before you couldn't feel, or I thought so anyway, you couldn't necessarily feel the car
3
any
right,
sort
tightens
of
50.
traction
Keep
or
left,
grip
6
in the
right,
car was
widens,
sort of on the
widens.
sidewall, as it were.
Over crest, keep right, 30.
They pretty much solved
Flat
that
left,
now.
long 100.
It feels pretty
6
damn
right, long.
epic.
6 left, long, narrows, tightens 100. 4 right, don't cut. 6 left, hairpin left.
Such a good game. So you see so
6
far,
right, maybe.
compared to Generations and
Flat left,
Rally,
care, hairpin right,
it's got
maybe
no
70.
snow, but there are other stages that do that.
5 left, long, 40,
I
hairpin
can't
left,
recall if the
tightens
2017
50. 3 right, widens 80.
Monte Carlo was particularly dry.
4 right, long, 70. Over crest into 4 left, narrows, 140.
Geez,
6 right, cuts, 120.
most of the modders tend to base their
5 right,
multi
50.
tracks on real world
Flat right,
stages, at
80.
least portions of them. You know,
6
a bit
right,
of
cut
artistic
into
license here
care,
and
4
there,
left, 60.
but using lots of
5
onboard
right,
footage
cut,
to
care,
denote
5 left, into hairpin right, tightens.
which way the track's going and stuff.
5 right, widens. 6 left, 5
Okay,
right, long,
like
60.
this. That was
Hairpin
really
left, tightens,
conceived
120.
18 years ago, where the force feedback wheel at the time was, I think the Logitech G25 was out,
Flat left, long,
or
80.
was it the Logitech D?
4 left, narrows, 5
FGT?
right, 30. 5 right, narrows,
It was
cuts,
one of them.
50.
A gear-driven force feedback wheel.
Care, into 6 left.
And here I am all
Hairpin
these
right,
years later,
tightens, 120.
using a servo motor and a black box. Hydraulic
Hairpin
pedals,
left, double tightens, 40. Flat right, into flat left.
a purpose-built sequential shifter. Using the
Flat
clutches
right,
quite good, so you
into flat
don't
left.
stall.
4 left, narrows. 6 right, maybe 70.
On an ultra-wide monitor, then I've got the VR as well if I wanted to give
4
that a
right.
go.
4 left, narrows. Don't cut,
It's just
40.
epic.
Care, tightens, hairpin right. 6 left. Keep right, hairpin left, tightens, 70.
Oh. Rally of 1,000 hairpins.
4 right, widens 6 left, into hairpin right, 40.
Wish I was better at handbrake turns. Come on. There we
Hairpin
are.
left, 50. Flat left and
I need
flat
to take
right,
myself to the
long,
rally
4
school, I
left,
reckon.
narrows, long. 3 right, into 2 left, tightens.
So it's not a bad idea. I should probably do the rally school and see what it's like with the NGP physics.
Finish.
And there we have it. The loose rum stage in Richard Burns Rally. No snow, sadly. No ice. But driving up a mountain is a pretty fun experience. So what can we gather then from the games that I've tried so far? WRC Generation tends to look the best, has the most up-to-date cars. Force feedback is relatively, believable, but if a bit numb at times. Richard Burns Rally only has 4 different stages that we can have a look at, and I'll probably do another one after this sort of outro kind of thing. Fan-made, modded, created. It's not bad at all. You still get the rock face on the right hand side. You see the mountains off into the distance, but it's definitely a game that's showing its age. And then we have the daddy of them all, Dirt Rally 2.0. Although short stages, not as many stages as we would like, it gets that trepidation that you really want from a Monte Carlo rally experience. And that's what the drivers are going to hopefully experience this weekend. The non-consistent grip that they feel in the cars. It's going to be an absolutely huge challenge for them. And I can't wait for the event to start tomorrow, I believe. Shakedown is starting. So I'm going to get WRC Plus on and watch that this weekend while I try to edit down all these streams that I've been doing into something resembling a video. I just realised I used a different green screen. Anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me for this portion of it. I'm going to do another stage anyway. So for the purpose of the video that I hopefully will make, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, click like, comment, and think about subscribing. Really helps me out. I'm going to be doing hopefully some WRC style content where I get to talk about Monte Carlo Rally. I want to do more of that, not just gaming. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Click like, comment, and subscribe. And for those who are on stream, hang around. We're going to do a few more stages. Cheers. Right then. Click stop recording. Much better. Right. Should we try out one of these other stages then at Monte Carlo? If you enjoy the stream, make sure to click a like. And is any of you guys going to be watching the Monte Carlo Rally this weekend? I'm kind of, for me, I really want Oit Tanak to do well. He's never been particularly great at Monte Carlo. It's never been his sort of event. It's always Loeb, Ogier's event. I think this year, without the snow, I think the most likely candidate for a win is probably going to be intermediate tyres. Those likely for the win is going to be probably Thierry Neuville. Now, I think I'm a big Esa-Pekka Lakby fan. I've got one of his caps, actually, from his Toyota days. One of his caps from over there. So I'm a big Lappy fan, and I want him to do so well. I kind of have a suspicion he might get more points than Neuville. I don't think he'll get more wins, but I think he might score more points consistently throughout the season if he gets to grip with the Hyundai quickly enough. But I think Neuville's probably got this event in the bag. Aside from Sebastian Loeb. No, Ogier. Loeb's not taking part. I had to apologise to Taka-san as well. on my last stream. Not that Taka Motokasuna is actually watching this, but I referred to him as Takuma Sato, which everyone knows your Formula 1 from back in, what, 1999? Sorry, I made a boo-boo there. I got the name wrong. I know who I meant. Everyone know who I meant. I just got it wrong. Sorry about that. But Taka-san with a full season in WRC, which is absolutely epic.
2, 1, go. 120. 4 right, narrows, and 3 left, 40. 6 right, 40. 5 right, and 4 left, 40. 4 right, 40. 3 right, and 2 left, 100.
Well, this stage has a very different feel to what we've just done. A lot
3
simpler
right, narrows,
aesthetic.
into 5 left, 60.
With just
2
the
left,
snow side. I'm not sure if that's...
into 4 left, tightens, and hairpin right.
You would like a bit of variation with rock sticking out, but I guess
And
that's
flat left, and 3 left,
Bob Track Builder for Weir.
and 3 left, long, and hairpin right, 60.
But again, it's that feel of driving up the
3
side of the
right,
mountain,
into
hairpins
4 left, and 3 right, long,
all around the place.
and 3 left, long, into 4 left,
Thread
long,
of the
tightens,
side.
and 3 right, and 3 right, long, and 3 left, and 4 left, and 5 right, and 3 left, and 3 right, 40.
Well,
3
this
right,
little exercise
tightens,
I did, jumping from game to game.
and 2 left, into 5
The
right,
force feedback contrast is so
and
stark.
6 left,
It's
and
amazing
2
how
right, and 4
you're
left,
trying to
and 2
replicate the
right,
same
into
thing.
4
Trying to
right,
replicate a
narrows,
Rally 2 car.
into 3 left, long, tightens,
Driving across some snowy, mountainous
and 4
tarmac
right,
stage.
and 2 left,
How
100.
different the cars feel through the servo motor.
Caution, 4 right, 40.
And we know it's
4
right,
right.
the programming is obviously different, they're using different engines
And
and
5 left, long, 50.
what have you, and assets, and how they translate
6 left, into
their
flat
physics
right, cut,
engines to
30,
force
flat right,
feedback
into 4 left, into
cetera, the
5
tyre
right,
models
40,
for as
flat
well,
left,
etc.
into flat right, and 5 left, into 4
It's great
right,
like this,
narrows,
if I could
cut,
feel
and
that
flat
on-
right, into flat left,
if I'm driving over that
and
the
5 left,
snow
long,
in the middle of
caution,
the stage,
30,
in the middle of the
flat left,
road. When you
into
put a
2
wheel
left,
over it, you
and
feel
2
it. I
right,
can feel a
long,
rumble
30,
going over that snow bit
6
compared
left,
to the
30,
tarmac, which I didn't necessarily feel before.
5 right, and 3
This is a
right,
lot more
narrows,
engaging
and
than the
4
last
left,
stage.
into 6
And I
left,
think that's
caution,
the point
30, flat
Rally
left,
Monte Carlo.
into 2 left, and 2 right, long, and 4 right,
First event of the year, and it's the
and 3
trickiest
left,
event
tightens,
for
long,
the drivers.
into 3 right, and 4 left,
Particularly you're
tightens,
brand new
long,
to a team. You might have had, is it 7
And
days
2
of
right.
testing?
and 3
You're allowed
left,
with the car, Monte Carlo,
into 3 right,
maybe less.
and 5 left,
And
long,
that's it for the Rally 1 guys. You get 7 days,
and
Monte
4
Carlo,
right, into
you
3
get
left,
another
narrows, 40,
14 or
hairpin left,
21 days, I think, throughout the year. That's it. That's your lot.
and 6 left, 60,
Which isn't much.
4 right, tightens, long, narrows, and 3 left, 60,
You know, you have to be
4 right,
on the ball with it so
and
quickly
2
to
right,
get up to
long,
speed in
and
rally,
flat right, 70,
and be consistent with that.
4 right,
5
long,
days. Come on, turn right. Oh. Let's call for some help.
Four right, long, and
One
4
thing we need to
right,
have a look at
and
is the
hairpin
liveries
left,
for the
and 6 left, long, tightens,
Rally 1 cars. Now, obviously, because Toyota Gazoo Racing
And
and
3
Hyundai
right.
are, you know, fully manufacturer back, they have a certain branding that they need to achieve, which is
Finish.
fine. Bit samey, but you get it. Ford M Sport again have done a really good job. Samey with the Red Bull sort of livery on there, but they've done some subtle tweaks. I did like the electrified look. Being brutally honest, I thought that was my preferred of the two liveries. That's my preferred one. But I must say they've done a pretty damn good job at making what is essentially a small SUV crossover thing look really good. Am I right in saying that the Ford Puma is like 3/4 of the size of the road-going version? I think they got a permission or something to do it because it was just going to be too boxy otherwise. So there's very little crossover between what you actually see in a road-going version of the Ford Puma compared to what you might find on the rally stage. But yeah, that was a fun stage. I actually enjoyed that stage a bit more than the last one, for being totally honest. I think that was a more truer reflection of what we're going to see this weekend. So what should we do? Should we do? Yeah, all this was a short stream. I might call it a day there, only because I've got some other bits and bobs to do. I've got the wife calling from Oz in shortly. So if you did enjoy the stream, make sure to click like, comment, and think about subscribing. Really appreciate the guys jumping in to the chat. Hope you're well, Flight, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next stream. I'm going to probably do one or two this weekend, and talk about the WRC Monte Carlo rally this weekend. My predictions are Thierry Neuville's got it in the bag, I reckon, or Sebastian Loeb. They're my £5 bet. Anyway, I want to call it there. I've rabbled on enough. Thanks for listening to some British bloke Waller, and I'll see you all in the next stream some point this weekend. Thanks, and have a good evening.